Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the vlog. It's been 7 years since my grandpa has passed away. And if you've been watching my channel for a long time, then you know that he and my grandma are the reasons why I actually started this YouTube channel in the first place, to document their cooking. And so many of you have liked all their recipes. And so, yeah, we're going to go to his 7-year service. In Buddhist tradition, you have a 7-year service for when someone passes away. And so that is today. He actually passed away in September of 2015, but this is when the family could get together. So come along the day with us and see what it brings.
Talk to me nice, talk to me honestly. Look in my eyes, don't let it fall on me. Say you're a good guy, make me believe it. Don't wanna hear it.
Okay, so I'm back from the market and I just had to get a couple things because, as I said earlier, we're celebrating my grandpa's 7-year service tonight. And with that, we're going to be having dinner. The family's going to be gathering and then we're going to be having dinner together, and that we're ordering. So we're catering that from Laverne's. But I also wanted to make a pumpkin mochi for dessert. And so I bought some cans of pumpkin, which these days are super expensive. I think it's because it's fall and stores like to jack up the prices, but it was crazy expensive. And I also bought some bananas. This is not for my dessert, but this is just for me. And the last thing I bought were these anthuriums, and I saw them at Safeway. And the reason why I bought anthuriums is because growing up, I remember when we would go to my grandparents' house, my cousins, Billy, Allie, and I, we would stay there, for a couple weeks at a time in the summer in Hilo. And they had an anthurium garden and they just loved growing anthuriums. And I don't know if my grandma will remember this because I was planning on giving this to her. But yeah, this kind of reminds me of my grandpa just because Hilo and they used to grow these. So bought these for them, and bought these for, grandpa as well, and hope that they enjoy them and just that memory of when I was a kid growing up with them.
We cooking pumpkin mochi.
You're right, we are cooking pumpkin mochi. So now it's a little bit later in the day and I have a special guest with me. We are watching my niece. You want to tell everyone what your name is?
Yeah.
Okay, tell the camera, what's your name?
Aiko.
Aiko. So we're going to be making some pumpkin mochi. And again, tonight we're going to go to my grandpa's 7-year service. And in Buddhist tradition, I forgot to mention that in Buddhist tradition, after someone passes away, you do a 1-year service, a 3-year service, a 7-year service, and then I think it's like 13th and then 17th year service. So it's just a great way for us to remember grandpa. And Aiko's never met great grandpa, but Aiko spends a lot of time with great grandma, yeah? You spend a lot of time with great grandma? Yeah. So for everybody else though, it's just a great way for us to get together and just share that gratitude of having grandpa in our lives all these past years. So we're gonna start making some pumpkin mochi, and grandpa really likes sweets, so that's another reason why I thought this would be a great dish to make. So first thing we're gonna do is, why don't we crack the eggs? You wanna crack the eggs?
Yeah.
See. And then we put it in. Open it. Good job. No shells. Awesome. Okay, wait, before you wipe your hands all on the table, maybe Uncle Ree can get you a wet towel. Harder. Okay, now put your hands in the middle. Oh, very good. Good job. Awesome. Oh. All right, then we're gonna let's put in the milk. Okay, this one is a little bit big. You wanna help Auntie Carrie pour this in? Okay, use 2 hands. Pour it all in. All right, good job. And then we're gonna pour in coconut milk. Auntie Carrie will do this one. Coconut milk.
What do you drink?
Coconut milk.
Yeah.
Some vanilla here. Smell it first. What does the vanilla smell like? Smell good? Chocolate? Okay, pour it in. All the way in, all of it. Put all of it in. Don't drop the bowl. And the last thing we're gonna put in this bowl is the pumpkin. Smell it. You like the smell of pumpkin?
Yeah.
Yeah? What does it smell like? Cinnamony?
Yeah.
Yeah, it smells good. Okay. So if you're watching this during the fall, let me know if you're also making fall desserts or doing any fall cooking. I thought this was a nice way to kind of celebrate fall. Now mix. Oh, the oven is ready. So oven is preheated to 350 degrees. And we are going, after we finish mixing all of this, we're gonna put in the oven to bake for an hour. You can use 2 hands if that helps. We can take turns mixing, yeah? So as I was saying earlier about Grandpa, so he passed away 7 years ago, and this channel is mainly inspired because of them. And so if you watched any of my previous videos, they make a really good chicken heka. They make a really good mac salad. I did a video of them making lau lau and nishime. Those are like really popular videos that people like to come to this channel for. And so you can see Grandpa there, and he's always been a great cook. Someone that just always loved different types of dishes. Growing up on the plantation, he was always good at that. And so one thing I always really admired about him and my grandma, because they would always cook in the kitchen together, and I thought, wow, that's such a neat dynamic to have husband and wife cooking in the kitchen together. They always fought in the kitchen when they cooked, but they always managed to do it together, which I thought was really nice. So something that I was able to capture on video a little bit. Probably, I think I started this channel when he was 89, so for like 3 or 4 years, got to watch him cook.
Is he a better cook than your grandma?
Reed just asked me if he was a better cook than my grandma, and yes, I believe he was. I think they cook different things though, but Grandpa would always do like the labor-intensive things. And I think overall he had more patience in the kitchen, and Grandma had a lot more opinions. Okay, we're done with this one. So now we're gonna now put the dry ingredients, okay? So Aiko, so this is mochiko flour. Can you pour this in with Auntie Carrie? Okay, oh, very good. And we're gonna have some sugar. The recipe that I looked at called for 2 cups, but because I like to be a little bit healthier, I have about 1 cup and 1/4. So I think I just wanted it to be 2 cups of sugar. Just looks like a lot to me in a recipe, so that's why we're putting a little bit less. And some salt. Pour the salt in. Oh, watch your hand. Oh, okay. Okay, put it all. Sprinkle it all in. You can use 2 hands if that helps. And last thing is baking powder. Okay, pour it in. Good job. All right, shall we mix this one? You can mix this one now. Mix the dry ingredients in all around like this. Like a watch. Mix all around. Wanna try? So we just gonna mix all of our dry ingredients really well, and then all we're gonna do is we're gonna add the wet to the dry. Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna pour our wet into dry. Whoa, look at that batter. Okay, now we're gonna mix this together. You wanna help Auntie Carrie mix this one? Okay, use 2 hands. Use 2 hands. Good job. Do you like cooking in the kitchen?
Yeah.
Yeah. Also let me know in the comments if you started watching this channel because of my grandparents, because I know, you know, for me, they're just a big influence in my life, and just the way that they live and the values that they have. Okay, the last thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna add the butter, and we're gonna mix the butter in. So it's 1/2 cup of butter. And if you want the full recipe, I'll link it down below. So just look in the description box and it'll be there. Okay, so I have my other helper, Reed, as you guys know. He's gonna help me just pour it into the pan. Reed's gonna put this in the oven at 350 degrees for 1 hour. Okay, it's been an hour, so we're gonna take out our mochi. Oh, wow. It's thick. Oh. Those must be the spots where the butter was a little clumpier. Alright, we'll let it cool and then we will cut it. Alright, so our mochi is done and I'm gonna take it out of the pan. We're on our way to 7-year service for my grandpa, and Reed and I were asked to pick up the dinner for tonight. So my mom ordered food from Laverne's, which is a Hawaiian food truck here, and we're gonna pick it up on our way there. But it's great Hawaiian food, and yeah, we have Aiko in the car with us, and Ellie back there as well. How you doing, Aiko?
This afternoon, we have remembered that our loved ones have attained Buddhahood through the working of Amida's great compassionate vow. Thus, although they have left this world, you will always be together in the Nembutsu. As we recite the Buddha's name and as we walk the Nembutsu path, may we constantly express our gratitude for the many gifts we have received from our loved ones and from all beings, and for the rare opportunity we now have to hear the Buddha's teachings. May the boundless and supreme light of wisdom shine within our hearts and minds and guide us to follow the Buddhist way for the sake of all beings.
He just always did whatever he had to do to provide for us, or to even just make us happy. Like, for example, I had really long hair right down to here, and I couldn't wash it. And we had these big wash basins, so I would go to the wash basin and he would wash my hair once a week. I'd throw all my hair over and he'd wash it well. You know, but he was the kind of father that he cooked for us. And he would set the table, and Mom used to get mad at him because he wouldn't tell me to do anything. But he did. I mean, he washed clothes, he hung the clothes up. He did so much. But I learned he did whatever it took to provide and to have a really great family life for us.
He had his share of faults. You know, he wasn't immune from that. But throughout the years, we tried to learn from his mistakes. He really tried. And so throughout the years, I think if you knew him when we were young and you knew him when we were much older, he was a very different person. Case in point, like Warren and I, we got that thick, heavy rubber hose if we ever misbehaved. But you know, Ben. So he changed over the years, not just in that, but he became a better person. So I guess there was that movie, As Good As It Gets, Jack Nicholson and all that. One of the lines from the movie is, "You make me want to be a better man." So same with him.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
I guess similar to what Gail said too, though, I remember that one of his favorite sayings was "big humbug," because he would be so responsible for everything happening at the mill that if something went down, Then I remember he would be there 24 hours sometimes overnight, and then to the afternoon, and then he'd come home and sleep for a while. And then sometimes he'd have to go back. But he would always say big humbug, and he was like, but then he knew that he was there to do whatever it took to fix it. I think basically that's the main thing that I would say. His dad was just somebody who just did whatever it took, and of course held the family together. Sent us all, those mom and dad, I think big dream was to send all of us to college and buy us all cars, But I guess the word would be grateful.
Craig wanted to share something with everybody because he said thank to Carrie for recording it, and so he said one thing he'll always appreciate and remember is Grandpa was a prankster. You know, he was very good sense of humor, whether it was cheating at Hanafuda, because he was actually he had joy in getting caught. Yeah, it was okay that you caught him. He didn't really care, so he took joy in getting caught cheating, or he would make a definitely too soon joke that I thought was sure to get us arrested at the airport. So he remembers that this is maybe 1 year after 9/11. If those of you who remember, that's when the World Trade Center got bombed, and we had all the airport security, and security was really tight for years. Well, of course, we still have TSA security, but it was everybody was very tense for a long time. And he remembers that he had graduated from college or something like that, and then we were going to the airport, and he had packed a metal thermos in his suitcase, in his stuff. So the metal thermos just looks metal, and they didn't like that. So the TSA stopped him, cut up in his box, looked through everything, and they found it was just a thermos, empty thermos. So then he could go through. So he remembers that as they're leaving TSA, Grandpa said, "What, Craig? They thought you had a bomb or something." and he was shocked. He said, "Look, don't talk like that around in the airport." And Grandpa said, "What? If your name is Jack, I cannot say, hey, hi Jack." Hi Jack. It's still one of his favorite stories about Grandpa, and especially that he didn't get us arrested, and how he could be playful even though sometimes maybe his timing wasn't.
We remembered a very fun-loving, caring man, always looking out for us, taking us places, going to the Big Island, spending the summers there at the park, and sliding down the hill in the cardboard boxes. But I remember he was also a very strong man. He'd worked physical labor all his life, and he was always immensely strong. And I remember that there was an open invitation, I think, to challenge him in arm wrestling, right? And nobody could beat him in arm wrestling until it eventually got to the point that I think some of the sons thought they could probably beat him in arm wrestling, but they were worried that the bone would break. Like the muscles were still strong enough, but that he would snap his arm, actually break it. So I think did that ever go? That went unchallenged, right? He never was beaten, I don't think.
Just let him retire with the title.
I think basically he addressed the family and said to keep getting together as a family, which is good advice, and I think we're trying to do that, and we should continue to do that even as the rabbits multiply.
Grandpa and Grandma were together. They always, they were very active and young, very strong for up until the very, very, very end. And I remember Grandpa and Grandma, they were in their, must have been late 80s. And we went to Disneyland. They went on a California adventure. I mean, this is something we have pictures. I think they just. Grandpa was always like, yeah, I go. It's always wants to go. Vegas. They just. He had that zest for adventure and life.
The shirt that Carrie made is, Grandpa always says his family stay together, so it's good that we're still close as a family, because a lot of families don't get together or stay together like we do. So appreciate that about Grandma and Grandpa, always setting that example. And Grandpa always had adventurous spirit, so they all came to visit us in Japan too, and just wanted to always just do. I remember Uncle Warren said, Grandpa was like the wings and Grandma's like the roots. Yeah, because he was always like, go try.
I guess a nice memory I have of Grandpa is when we went to Japan after my med school graduation. My parents went and Craig came, and it was just really nice. We went to this Japanese garden. You know, for so long I remember Grandpa being so hard of hearing and he had to yell to talk because I think he couldn't hear himself. But we went to this really beautiful Japanese garden and it was so quiet and so peaceful. And this nice old man, like senior citizens is free to come into the park. So he was walking through the park and he saw us and he's talking story with us and he was like, oh, welcome to my park. You know, like this is where everything is, walk around. And then Grandma and Grandpa and him started talking in fluent Japanese. And it was the quietest, most peaceful and calm I've ever heard Grandpa speak because I think he could hear, you know, it was just so peaceful. He could finally hear, and it was just a very, I think, very calming and nice, different side of Grandpa to see. So, yeah.
Yay, dinner time! She's so happy. She's not crying.
I was just
Don't throw yours.
toast, of course, to Grandpa Tamoro, but yes, but a toast to us all, like Ann said, because I learned that aloha kako means aloha to us, but aloha to everyone, including ourselves. So, and so yes, a toast to everyone here, and some who are not here. Kampai. Kampai.
Bye, Grandma. Cheers.
It's okay.
His overall grade is still like B+ A-. Nobody's gonna give him none of the teachers.
What? Pumpkin mochi.
But they don't.
Can you taste the pumpkin? Yeah, that's what I thought too.
But good.
No, because he does.
Good.
Can you taste the pumpkin though?
You can, but you know how you shorted the sugar? Probably should have put the whole 2 cups. But it's healthy pumpkin mochi.
You're
such a ham.
You're such a ham. Here, ready? Here, you do it. You hold it. You hold it. You feed yourself. You ready? Cheers. Cheers. Chocolate.
I know it's really big.
That's very good. Was it yummy?
You like it?
Really good, Carrie.
No, you can say it
Without
again.
the sarcasm.
Sarcastic, I was saying.
That sounded, it's really good, Carrie.
Oh, sorry. It's really good, Carrie.
Wait, no one liked it?
You have the same face. Thoughts? Is it like Natasha's cookie?
I feel like it needs more pumpkin flavor.
I don't think it's pumpkin mochi.
Maybe this is
It's a subtle flavor, but it's just right. Yeah.
critic.
Otherwise, if you buy too much pumpkin.
Okay, try the pumpkin mochi. Remember we made this? Is it good? It's good? Yeah?
That's all you're gonna eat?
Good?
Yeah. Which is why you might want to know.
Want more? Oh, she wants more. It's good, but it's very light on the pumpkin. Okay, so for the food tonight, we have rice, we have long rice, kalua pig, some teriyaki chicken, some squid luau, we have some lomi salmon, and we have some sweet potato. Excited for some Hawaiian food. Oh, there's poi? Where's the poi? Oh, I want a poi.
I can bring it to when you're sit.
Oh no, you can put them on a plate. Yeah, there's several. And we forgot to mention there's poi. Burns has good poi.
This is one of Grandpa's a little shirt that Grandma said, you know, go into the closet and take something from the closet because she didn't know what to do with all the clothes. So I got this shirt from Grandpa, and he was supposed to give the bonsai at Allie's wedding, but he wasn't there, of course. So I wore this shirt, and I gave the bonsai at Allie's wedding wearing this shirt, which I think I bought. I'm not sure. But thank you, man. Yeah, good job.
I just remember buying a red shirt like this before, so it looks like the one. But maybe when bought this one, I don't know. But yeah, so same thing. Grandma said to go through his closet. But I think the good thing is just that when we wear it, it's a good remembrance of him too. Yeah, so yeah, it's meaning to the shirt. So yeah, maybe so.
Where's the other?
Kathy, what's happening now?
Well, I'm gonna try and organize a great grandchildren picture. We'll see how that works.
All running away. Trying to coordinate a family photo with the next generation. It's a little chaotic. Thank you so much for watching, and tonight was a memory of Grandpa Tamamoto, and both of you knew him, right?
No.
I was like 7.
Yes, I did.
Yes, yes.
I remembered he gave me juice from the hospital.
Yes, so we all have memories of Grandpa, but it was nice to get the family together, and we will see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Bye.